following program on Ada Derana 24 is classified for general audience. It is intended for all ages. It contains little or no violence, no strong language, and little or no sexual dialogue or situations.
Good evening. You're joining Business Best, a platform for the best in the business and an opportunity for you to connect with entrepreneurs and veterans from various industries. With diversity, luxury and charming natural beauty, our Sri Lanka is a destination which attracts many from the globe. So today we have a company, Boutiques in Sri Lanka, which supports small luxuries carry their name to the world. We have the Managing Director, Druvi Gunasekara, from Boutiques in Sri Lanka Private Limited. Druvi, a warm welcome to you. And thank you very much for being here today with us despite all the challenges you faced recently.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here.
A warm welcome. And Druvi, let's start our chat with your brief introduction. Who is Druvi? You're quite well known, but let's start with it.
Probably somebody who is passionate, because I believe anything that you do, if you don't have the passion, it becomes a chore.
True.
So in a nutshell, I would say somebody who is passionate, somebody who
passionate about many things.
Passionate about anything I take on. And then also giving 200% to anything that I take on. So in a nutshell, probably those two.
That's true. And what's the story behind Boutiques in Sri Lanka?
So Boutiques in Sri Lanka started exactly 11 years ago. I'm from the boutique industry and luxury boutique industry. And then when the war ended, there were lots of boutique hotels mushrooming all over Sri Lanka.
True.
And at that time, there was no proper grading system. So when a foreigner would come and stay and looking at images, they think the property is good and they stay there and they're disappointed. They go back, they don't actually run down really the property. They would probably say Sri Lanka is bad. So that's when I decided to step in to differentiate the proper boutiques from those who are not. So that was the main idea of starting boutiques in Sri Lanka. And also there was also fabulous properties, but didn't have the infrastructure or the funds to market themselves overseas. But they were lovely hidden gems. So when I launched the luxury guide, it was basically to differentiate the good ones from those who are not, and also like a form of endorsement, and also to give a equally playing platform for the hidden gems and all of the small luxury properties, to give them an identity, because they did not have identity back then.
So let's talk about this luxury guide as well, because it's a highlight, I would say. So, Druvi, what's the difference between hotels and boutique hotels and villas? Because we are actually quite familiar with the term hotels.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Okay, so I've actually listed the difference, I think, on page 5 of the book. So to go back to the main two differences of the hotel and the boutique hotels, hotel has a large inventory of rooms. So you'll have maybe 100, 200, 500, whatever number.
Yes.
Whereas a boutique or a villa would have a very small inventory.
And you can occupy only a very little, like
so
the
it's
crowd.
Small inventory means you won't have 100 people sharing your pool. You won't be in a restaurant with 100 others. So everything is more private, everything is more personalized. So you can only carry that personalized service if you have a smaller inventory. You cannot know everyone's allergies or dislikes or names if you have like a 200 changing almost daily, because you have guests coming in and guests going out.
Yes.
So whereas when it's a smaller property, you can be more focused and give them a more personalized service, plus the aspect of privacy comes in as well when it's a small luxury property.
Exactly. And how affordable these boutique hotels are for the locals?
Okay.
We are looking at the international crowd, but how affordable this is for the locals?
So these properties range from as little as maybe $50 to going up to even as much as probably about $15,000 US.
Even in Sri Lanka?
Even in Sri Lanka, yes.
So you have two prices for the locals and the foreigners?
So each property, depending on where they are located, each property depending on their brand positioning, their offerings, what kind of a property, if it's upmarket or a middle range or slightly lower semi-luxury. So the pricing ranges accordingly.
Okay.
And then, of course, again, the foreigners will pay a foreign rate and they have a special rate for the local market as well.
Yeah. So this brings to my next question. What is a small luxury? We are going to talk about your services later, but before that, so you cater to the small luxurious hotels, boutique hotels.
Yeah.
What is this small luxury
So small
hotels?
luxuries, it's luxury, but it's small. So it's simple as that.
Okay.
So I would say a boutique would be anything between 5 rooms to 30 rooms. And then a villa would probably be something maybe it could be a 1-bedroom villa or a 2-bedroom villa going up to maybe about 7 or 8 rooms.
Okay.
So again, there are different segments. There are boutique hotels, there are villas, there are cottages, manor houses, guest houses, bungalows, chateaus. So all of these terms define the property's character. So for example, if it's a bungalow, it's more like a tea bungalow or a planter's bungalow. If it's a cottage, it's more compact and smaller and cozy and all of that. Then you get boutiques again, ranges from the room sizes to ranges from how many rooms they have to the locations. So it varies. But a lot of the small luxury properties are off the beaten track. So they are not your day-to-day city hotels right on the main road.
It's very convenient for you to reach.
Yeah. So the boutique hotels actually truly sell the true essence of Sri Lanka because they are interior. So they promote the local life. They promote sustainability. They use local produce. They work with probably a weaver or they work with somebody who wood carver. So they work with a lot of the local lives. They even incorporate those into their experiences for the guests as well. So a guest can even go to a village and cook with a village woman and have that authentic experience. So it's all very personalized. It's also experiential driven, but authentic experience, nothing pretentious. Yeah.
Right, very nice. So let's talk about your services. What do you offer? So you have 4 main services. The luxury accommodation guide of boutiques, villas, camps and cruises.
Yes.
Let's start with that. So boutiques, villas, camps and cruises.
Yeah, so the luxury accommodation guide is what I started my business with. So I wanted to, because like I said, it was when the boutique market was just starting and there was no proper grading system at the time. Also no proper awareness. So we were all segmented as hotels.
Yeah.
We were marketed as hotels. Opportunities were the same as hotels. But a clientele's mindset for a boutique hotelier is different to a client who would go to a 5-star hotel with 200 rooms maybe.
Yes.
So this clientele is a clientele who values his privacy, wants his personalized service, comes here purely to relax
and just to be in the room and have their breakfast in the room.
Yeah, and also explore the outside. For them, luxury is the grass under your feet, the space, the fresh air, the beaches, So the clientele's mindset is different. So I wanted to give a separate platform for the small luxury segment because the clientele, the target market is very different. So that's when I started the luxury guide. So as a form of endorsement.
This is when, Druvi?
I started this in 2013.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After 2 years, you started your operation in 2011.
11 years.
11 years. Right. So with this, you started your operation.
Yes, I started with this. So I go around the island. I check properties. I have actually checked more than 2,000 properties that claim to be luxury or claim to be boutique, but not all are. So I make it my task to go around, inspect the properties, and those that qualify gets listed in the book. And I do not charge so that I can be completely unbiased. And otherwise, I'll be only listing those who can afford. Right?
Yes.
So they get listed in the luxury guide, and then this luxury guide is then circulated in 25 plus countries, targeting tour operators, targeting social clubs, targeting anyone who is of importance to the small luxury properties.
25 countries?
Yeah, 25 plus countries.
Okay.
And so that way they are known. So they are given like a global platform. So there are so many beautiful properties where even Sri Lankans don't know of, don't even know they exist. So here they get known by the global market.
Yes.
And so that way they have better chance of getting their bookings. Now, you get online channels that you can book through, but those online channels, from hotels to motels to guest houses to everything is there. There is no quality checking. No one goes around checking.
And it's very difficult to find a proper place with good quality.
Yeah. So here what I do is, it's a form of endorsement, because I don't delegate that task. I go myself. And
you visit these places?
Yeah, every property.
Okay.
And then those that qualified gets listed, and the current book has, I think, close to 800.
Close to 800. Yes. And you have the ebook as well, e-guide
as well. The
ebook
is being developed. So usually every year when I launch it, the ebook comes out as well. For the latest one, the ebook is being developed.
Okay, so this is 2024.
Yes.
So everything about boutique hotels, quality and charming boutique hotels is in this book, right? So today we are in conversation with Druvi Gunasekara, the Managing Director of Boutiques in Sri Lanka. I'll see you after this break. You're with Business Best, and we are in conversation with Druvi Gunasekara, the Managing Director of Boutiques in Sri Lanka Private Limited. So Druvi, we were talking about these small, luxurious hotels, boutique hotels in Sri Lanka. Let's talk about this service of yours, which is Luxury Connect, B2B Luxury Connect. This is the highlight of your story today.
Yes. So after I launched the luxury guide, my next step was to bring it to life. So that's when I decided to launch B2B Luxury Connect, providing a platform for the boutique hotels, the owners, to meet with their buyers. So this was started 5 years ago when tourism was booming in 2018. And the next event is on 30th April.
That is a press conference.
The press conference is just before that.
Oh, okay.
Press conference is early next month. And then the B2B Luxury Connect event is on 30th April.
Okay.
So it's a full day event, and roughly about 200 small luxury properties are represented. And all of those properties I have visited. So it's a form of endorsement. So you can only participate on invitation, so that there is quality controlled, maintained, and we bring in the buyers. So about 250 local operators come, and many foreign operators from UK, from France, from Germany, from this time also from Dubai, and from India will be attending. So the small luxury properties gets a platform to present their properties directly to the local DMCs, as well as to the foreign operators who give them business.
Okay, so you have invited these buyers as well.
Correct.
And even you have these online platforms partnering with you? Yeah,
so basically they can, so I bring them, their air tickets are sponsored, the event is teamed with a family tour, so they get to visit the properties and experience not just the properties, but also have some local experiences, so that they go back completely overwhelmed, wowed, rejuvenated in selling Sri Lanka.
Yes, and they know what Sri Lanka is.
Correct. Yeah.
And it's a treasure, a hidden treasure.
Yeah.
True. So, what is your plan, Druvi? Now, after this, so the buyers come to Sri Lanka and they go back. What's after that? How would you promote it more? I mean, how can they take their boutique hotel to the next level with you? So with this B2B Connect.
Correct. So now when these exhibitors, the boutique hoteliers who are taking part, so there are villas, cottages, bungalows, camps, all of them, all the small luxury segment. So when they meet the buyers, so the buyers then get to know the properties, and the next step is for the buyers to produce. So sometimes they may arrange, because buyers also work with retail agents, or if they are local DMCs, they work with many more foreign operators than who would be there at the event.
Okay.
So they would then promote it to their partners who would in return then soon after that it would probably be the production of business to the small luxury properties. So the whole platform is providing them a business meeting platform to showcase their properties and to generate business. So the objective is to generate business. So that's the end objective. And also like it's probably it is the only event in Sri Lanka focusing on small luxury properties.
This is the only event.
This is the only small luxury property event. It's the only luxury travel fair. And then we also have an after party. So it's like, it's for the industry. Everything is about boutique hotels for me. And it's all about the industry. Yeah.
You must be really enjoying your day-to-day work, right?
I do. And I go, like I said, it's my passion. It's, if you don't have passion.
Seeing all these beautiful places and everything is like personalized and you get the comfort from everything you see. And
I also do a bit of service training as well.
Oh, okay.
Frontline service training. It's called unobtrusive, intelligent, personalized service training.
Okay.
So that's more or less on, because boutique is all about service.
Service, yes.
So in a small luxury property, only 50% of the delivery is the tangible product. The luxury is not confined to 4 walls. So it's all about service, it's all about the personal aspect, it's all about not being in your face, but doing it in a very subtle way. So that's why I do the service training, to show them the difference between a good service and a personalized service. There is a difference. So the service training that I do is called unobtrusive, intelligent, personalized service training. So intelligent is also you preempt something before it happens.
Okay, being
so
proactive.
That you don't have to firefight when it has happened and then make it obvious, because the guest is there for a holiday. So you do not disturb or disrupt that holiday.
Yes.
So you basically firefight behind the scenes, before the scenes ideally, so that the end result is the guest still has their amazing holiday.
So you train them for that?
Correct.
So you yourself do the training?
Yes,
or you have
I
a
do.
team with you?
I do the training and I go to the property, so I do it on site because it's easier that way, because then I get to know the properties, because each training...
And even the people as well.
Correct. And each training is designed to suit the property. Say for example, if it's a beach property, then the training is different there to how it is in maybe a hill country property, because the climate is different, the property's concept is different. So I build it in about the training, plus I also give them like little ideas of how to improve it if they need improving. Again, everything is personalized to suit the property and the property's concept.
Okay, so you are connecting the buyers and the hotels, and as well you are building them.
Correct.
Okay, right. So let's say, Druvi, I own a small boutique hotel and I want to get in touch with you and I want to see whether it is whether it meets these luxurious conditions you are looking for. How should I connect with you, and where should I start? What's the assessment tool, or how do you assess,
so
how do you start the process?
I actually get the request quite often. I get lots of calls. So the first thing I would do is ask them to WhatsApp their property details, like the property name, and of course the location, and if they have a website already in place or Instagram page, to send that, because that's my first point of analyzing the property and getting to know the property.
Yes.
Then after that, when I go on my family visits, it's picked as locations, like Jaffna I would do on one day, maybe a couple of days. Down south I have to go numerous times because there are numerous properties. So whenever I have allocated my visit towards their region, I would then go and visit the property. After I visit the property, often I like speaking with the owner and understanding the owner's passion and the owner's concept of why he went with whatever he's gone with. And then probably discussing with him, again depending on the owner. If he's more open-minded, I'll be probably more open in pointing out or suggesting or improving, or even sometimes maybe they've done an excellent job and not a hotelier, so and then I can learn from them as well.
Yes.
So it works that way. So I prefer to meet with the owner at that stage and take them through. And then if it's a lovely property and they fit into the criteria, they get listed in the luxury guide, which then gets circulated in 25 plus countries.
Would you like to mention the points that you consider when you are having them on the list of this luxury guide?
Yes, so one of the
Few points, key things,
is, okay,
yeah.
so there are tangible points and then there are untangible points. So if I go with the tangible points, it's the use of space and use of color.
Okay.
Because boutique hotels and villas and bungalows, they are predominantly leisure sector accommodation. They're not business accommodation. So if it's leisure, you want to relax. So your property itself needs to have a relaxed ambience.
True.
If you have too many artifacts, too many colors, too much clutter like a furniture shop, then you lack that relaxation concept. So that's one of the things I look at. Then the second thing is a lot of the architects and the owners love their pool to be like a showpiece.
Yes.
So when that happens, the entire restaurant or the lobby can watch you getting into the pool.
Yeah.
So that privacy
That
is
won't
not
give you
there.
privacy,
Yeah.
yes.
So those are like some of the smaller things, but there are so many. But just to answer you briefly, it's those
elements.
two. Service-wise, we are Sri Lankans. We are born with a nice smile and it comes naturally to us. We're not cold. So that smile has to be there as you enter. That's your warm welcome.
That's the best service you can offer to
so
anyone.
we are in the
yes?
hospitality industry, not in the
hospital industry.
Hostile industry. So basically that smile has to be there, that warm sense of welcome. It's like welcoming a guest to your home.
Yes.
So you need to have that warm welcome so that you feel very welcomed in that place. So that's the start of your service.
And first impression is the best impression you make, right?
And then of course you like to be known, you like to be recognized. So it's always good to recognize them with their name or, to know that your booking is already there and not give you any shocks,
Yes.
So the service aspect is also important as much as the tangible product itself.
Right. So you have B2B Connect for the hotels and the buyers to connect with each other. And any event that takes place in Sri Lanka for the hoteliers or the hotel owners to connect with you or to get to know about boutiques in Sri Lanka? An event that you organize to talk about your company.
My services
yes,
and all.
Your services.
No, it's all about the industry.
Okay.
It's not about me. It's all about the small luxury segment. That's where my passion is.
Yes.
So for me, it's to be honest, I only do the luxury guide and then I do the B2B event. So the rest of the year, 10 months of the year is all about my service to them, which I do not charge. So it's like organizing opportunities for them. If there are foreign operators who come and they want to know what are the best properties, a lot of them contact me. So then I would, at my own cost, I would take them around, show them the properties, or even have meetings with the tourist board about getting their classifications right, things like that throughout the year. Because like I said, it's about the passion. And I have a huge passion for the small luxury sector.
Small luxury sector. So, Druvi, finally, how can they connect with you?
So from my email and my WhatsApp. So my WhatsApp number is 077 388 7260 or my email ID is info@boutiquesinsrilanka.com.
And also you have your website.
And I have my website and the Instagram page.
boutiquesinsrilanka.com. So thank you very much, Druvi, despite all the challenges.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today and all the very best with your B2B Connect 2024 event and good luck with your future endeavors as well. Thank you.
Thank you
and
so much.
We were in conversation with Druvi Gunasekara, the Managing Director of Boutiques in Sri Lanka Private Limited today, and we were talking about our charming motherland and the small luxurious facilities in Sri Lanka. I'll see you next week. Have a pleasant evening.